Have you ever looked at some of the smartest people you know and just wondered, why are they so bad with money? Well, it turns out it's got nothing to do with being a math whiz or knowing how to build the perfect spreadsheet. Nope. Financial success is way more about what's going on inside your head. So, let's get into it.
And this quote right here from author Morgan Housel, this is basically the key to the entire kingdom. It's such a simple idea, but it's huge. Your behavior, your habits, your psychology, that's what moves the needle, not your IQ.
And to really see this in action, we've got to look at a real-life story. It's kind of like a financial mystery that seems to break all the rules we think we know about how money works. And honestly, it's probably going to challenge everything you thought you knew about getting rich.
Okay, so check this out. On one side, you've got Ronald Reed, a humble janitor. On the other, Richard Fiscone, a finance executive with a Harvard MBA. Now, who do you think ended up the multimillionaire? In a twist you couldn't make up, Ronald Reed, the janitor, quietly built up an $8 million fortune. And the high-flying executive? He went bankrupt. The big question is, how on earth is that even possible?
While the answer isn't in their stock picks or their salaries, it's all about psychology. The secret is actually buried deep inside all of our brains, where these two different systems are constantly battling it out for control.
So, the Nobel Prize winner, Daniel Kahneman, he's the one who figured this out. He called them System 1 and System 2. Just think of System 1 as your gut. It's fast, it's emotional, and it's always running in the background. System 2, that's your logical brain. It's slow, it takes a ton of effort, and it gets tired really easily. And you know what? Most of our big money mistakes happen when we let that fast, emotional System 1 grab the steering wheel.
Feel that? The answer, 4, it just popped into your head, right? No work, no effort. That was your System 1 brain working at lightning speed. Whoa, okay, a little different, huh? You can literally feel your brain have to slow down, focus, and start grinding. That feeling, that's your slow, deliberate System 2 kicking into gear. And this constant fight between our fast gut and our slow brain, that's where all the financial trouble starts.
So this internal tug-of-war, it creates these predictable glitches in our thinking. They're called cognitive biases, and they're basically little mind traps that make us act irrationally with our money. Let's look at a couple of the biggest ones. So the first trap is something called mental accounting. This is our brain's really weird habit of sorting our money into different mental buckets. Logically, a dollar is a dollar, right? But our System 1 brain just doesn't see it that way.
And this is the perfect example. The money from your salary? Oh yeah, that's serious money. That's for bills, for saving, for adulting. But a bonus or a tax refund? Suddenly, that feels like fun money or free money, and we're way more likely to just blow it on something we don't need. It's all just money, but in our heads, it's like two different currencies.
All right, next up we have loss aversion. And wow, this one is a monster. Our brains are hardwired to avoid pain way more than they seek pleasure. And when you apply that to money, it means we are terrified of losing.
This chart just shows it so clearly. Study after study has shown that the sting of losing $100 is about twice as powerful as the joy of finding $100. And that right there explains why people freak out and sell all their investments when the market takes a dip. Their emotional System 1 is just screaming, "Make the pain stop!"
Okay, so if our brains are basically set up to fail, what are we supposed to do about it? Well, we have to fight back. And the way we do that is with a new mental framework, a totally new way to think about money that forces our logical brain to show up.
This idea, which comes from the amazing book Your Money or Your Life, is a complete game changer. Seriously, money isn't just paper. It's not just numbers on a screen. It's a symbol for the hours of your one finite life that you traded to get it. When you think about it that way, every single purchase looks different.
So how much of your life energy is your job really costing you? You've got to figure out your real hourly wage. It is not what you see on your pay stub. You start with your paycheck, then you subtract all the money you spend just for your job, the commute, the special clothes, the lunches you buy. Then you add up all the time, commuting, de-stressing after a long day.
And when you actually do this math, the results can be, well, pretty shocking. Someone who thinks they're making $11 an hour might find out that after all those hidden costs of time and money, they're really only trading an hour of their precious life for $4. All of a sudden, that $40 dinner doesn't cost $40. It costs 10 hours of your life.
And thinking this way leads us right into another huge mindset shift. You have to understand the difference between being rich and being wealthy, because trust me, they are not the same thing, not even close.
See, being rich is about your income. It's flashy, it's visible.
You see it in the fancy cars and the giant houses. It's all about spending money. But being wealthy, that's about owning things. It's the money you didn't spend, the money that's tucked away in savings and investments working for you while you sleep. Wealth is quiet. Wealth is hidden. And its goal isn't more stuff. It's freedom.
All right, so let's pull all these ideas together. Let's create a new financial roadmap, one that's actually built for how our brains work, based on behavior and psychology, not just numbers on a page. So what's the bottom line here? It's that your behavior is everything. You have to understand that your brain has a fast, emotional side that can get you in trouble. And you need to learn how to engage your slow, logical side. You want to aim to be wealthy, to have freedom, not just rich, to have stuff. And you can do that by remembering that every dollar you spend is a little piece of your life. That's what Ronald Reed, the janitor, knew, and it's what Richard Fuscone, the executive, for all his brains, completely missed.
And really, at the end of the day, all of this reframes the whole point of money. The goal shifts from this endless race for more, to a much deeper, more powerful question. What does enough actually look like for you?